I'm Matt Bishar with REITWISE here in Phoenix, Arizona for REITWISE 2015. Joining me for this CEO Spotlight is Chris Volk, President and CEO of STORE Capital Corporation. Chris, thank you very much for joining us.
Well, Matt, thanks for having me. Pleasure.
Now, can you start by talking about the company's IPO late last year and what drove the timing of that offering, and how has the market reaction been?
Well, we started STORE in May of 2011, and when we started STORE, we raised our capital through prominent institutional investors, and we grew it from 2011 to 2013. We did our second round of capital in 2013, again from large institutional investors, and so that capital had been fairly much deployed by the middle of last year, and so we were thinking about whether we wanted to be a public company, a public REIT, or continue to stay as a private company, and elected to do our third round as a public company. So basically going public was our way of doing a third round capital, and we did that in November.
Great. And STORE's IPO was your third successful trip taking a REIT public. How did this time compare to those past offerings?
Well, I would say personally it's more gratifying, because when you take a company public, the bar for taking a company public just gets harder, over time, and companies have to have, they have to fill a need, they have to have a niche, and so it's important to be able to do that, so we were able to do our third public company, and we were really gratified to be able to do it.
Now, picking up on you say every company needs to have its niche. What is STORE Capital's niche?
Well, STORE is an acronym for single tenant operational real estate, and basically what we do is we invest in profit center real estate, so properties that generate a profit at the asset level. So think about chain restaurants or fitness centers or early childhood education, and we get actual unit level profit and loss statements on about 96% of our properties, and so they're all leased on a long-term net lease basis, average lease term 15 years, to operators around the country.
And lastly, what do you see as the continued evolution of the net lease REIT sector?
Well, if you look at the combined participants in the net lease REIT sector, and we don't all play in the same sandbox, but if you look at the combined participants and you just compare it to the market size that we address, it's maybe 4% of the marketplace. So we think that the ability of the net lease REIT sector as a whole to grow and become one of the largest REIT sectors out there and be really the fastest growing REIT sector for some time to come is very possible.
Great. Chris, thank you so much for joining us today.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
For more on this and other REIT news and analysis, be sure to visit REIT.com.